guys, I have here a statue, and this statue is called Lady Justice. Take a second to study the statue, look at it, and think about, what do you notice? What do you wonder? What do you think? Did anybody notice that she is blindfolded? Yeah, did you wonder why? Did anybody notice or wonder about the sword in her hand? Or what is she holding in her other hand up in the air? Yeah. Well, she represents justice. She represents treating all people in a fair way. She represents actually the court system in the United States of America. But we're going to talk about this idea of justice, treating all people in a fair way. So the idea of why she's blindfolded is she isn't going to look at somebody that comes before her and think about anything other than what it is that they're saying, and if they have evidence and if they have a reason for what they think. It doesn't matter if it's the President of the United States coming before her, or maybe somebody that she's never heard of, and that maybe a kid. It doesn't matter. She is going to treat them fairly and make sure that their rights, that the rights that they have are not taken away. And we've talked a little bit in the last lesson about rights and responsibilities. And in this lesson, we're going to look a little bit more about our rights. And we're going to talk about something that's kind of sad. Did you know that if we look back at the history of America, some groups of people had to actually work hard to get their rights? For instance, we're going to learn about the right to vote. And we're going to learn about one group of people that had to fight really hard. And when I say fight really hard, I don't mean with their muscles, because I'm actually talking about a group of people that fought really hard with their brains, and they fought really hard by getting together with other people that thought the way that they thought, and they worked together, and they demanded their rights. And because of the justice system that we have, and because of the Constitution we have, they were able to fight for their rights, and they won their rights to vote. And I'm talking about a group of women. And now I get to vote because those women worked really hard for the right to vote. So you're going to be learning about that. You're going to also read a little bit about a man who loved nature. And he really, really wanted to protect nature. And he valued nature. And he wasn't fighting for his own rights. He was actually fighting for something bigger than himself. He was wanting to protect nature. And lastly, you're going to read about a man, or actually you're going to watch a video about a man named Cesar Chavez. And he didn't necessarily work hard for his own rights. He worked hard for the rights of lots of other people. And remember that our big question in social studies for this unit is, how can I make the world a better place by making my community better? Well, as you're learning about this group of women that got together to help other women be able to vote, you're probably going to think, yeah, they made the world better by making their community better. And as you learn about this man who helped protect nature, you're probably going to think, yeah, he made the world better by making his community better. And as you read about this other man named Cesar Chavez, you'll be thinking the same thing. Yeah, he made the world better because he made his community better. But remember, the biggest question is, as you're thinking and as you're watching these videos, how are you going to make your community better? And at the very end of this lesson, at the very end of the next lesson, so at the end of this week, you are going to have to tell me how you're going to make your community better. You don't have to do it yet, But by the end of this week, that's going to be one of the questions that you have to answer. How are you going to make the world better by making your community better? It might be a small little act that makes a big difference. You never know.